ADR is King Black, and I titled this video Why I Do Latin King Videos. And there's a couple reasons why. One, I have been in this wonderful nation for a little over 13 years, and I plan to be in this nation until the day that I die, which I hopefully will be when I'm 70, 80 years old. Two, my loyalty is unquestioned in regards to the nation. Back as a teenager, I got expelled from high school because I refused to renounce my affiliation with the nation, despite my insistence that we are not a gang. The main focus was on the few criminal activities that a few members of the nation participated in. Although I was never found guilty or held responsible for any such actions. Just the fact that I was a member was enough to quote unquote instill fear among the other students, and all I had to do to stay in high school as a teenager was to renounce my affiliation, and I refused to do so. And I have never regretted it since. The nation has been my family, coming from an abusive childhood. I prefer to spend my time skipping school and hanging with the nation to avoid the abuse that I was facing at home. Reason number 3, I have a clean record. I have no arrests at all for anything, and that in itself is an example of practicing what I preach. When I preach nonviolence, when I talk about the very few times violence is warranted, I'm also practicing what I'm preaching. I go outside not fearing wearing my colors, because I carry myself correctly. I carry myself in a manner that people know not to step over the line with me, but yet they do not have to fear me without cause. You know how relaxing it is to wear your colors and not have people treat you in a negative way? To have people speak to you respectfully and politely, just as I peacefully and respectfully talk to them, regardless of who I am talking to, whether it's a little kid, another brother or sister in the nation, my family members, strangers that I meet going about my day-to-day activities. You have to maintain a high level of self-respect and respect for others. There's this misconception that as soon as you put the colors on, you have to put an outward front of violent behavior. All this does and all this serves is to bring unwarranted attention to yourself and to the nation. When I make these videos, I do it for the common good of all of us in the nation, regardless of what your past is, no matter what you have done. We have to remember our roots. That is to uplift our community. Nowhere does it say to become the most bloodthirsty, violent, broken organizations in the world. If you want to constantly engage in violence and stuff that will put your family and your fellow brothers or sisters in the nation at risk of their lives, then you shouldn't be in the nation if that's your main goal and focus. Your main goal and focus should be self-improvement and uplifting those around you. As you lift others up, they too shall lift you up. It doesn't matter how humble your surroundings are. Given the right attitude, the right energy you put out, you will, in Spanish, what they call superar, you will rise above your current situation. Do not fret that right now you might not be on the best situation in your life. Look closely around those around you. Too long have some of the chapters focused in the wrong direction and have splintered this wonderful nation which I have spent over a decade being in. They have distorted the image that we truly want to portray. We should take Barcelona's chapter as an example, that they are officially recognized. And until recently, even in New York, the Latin Kings were allowed to march in the Puerto Rican Day Parade. How amazing was that? Because I'm pretty sure during Black History Month, if there was any parade, they weren't allowing GDs, Bloods, and Crips to openly display their colors and march alongside the community. I make these Latin King videos because I want to. Because although I may not know you or where you are, I still care for you. Because if you are in this nation, you are my brother or my sister. And for those who might not be a Latin King and watching these videos, I still want you guys to take a positive message from what I'm saying. If you are not in Chicago, life is not a constant war zone. It only becomes one if you choose it to be. There's no reason why, if you want to go to Burger King and eat with your girl or your kids, that you should have to look over your shoulder to see who's coming in through that door. There's no reason that those within the nation should suffer PTSD such as what we veterans have suffered from the stuff that have been seen and done downrange. There's no reason for cops to be dying or ambushed at traffic stops. There's no reason why neutrals or innocents are also getting hurt in the crossfire during these wars. I will never apologize for being who I am. I let my actions and my record speak for itself. If I can make it over a decade and never having been arrested for possession, selling firearms, robbing, assaulting, that's because I live the philosophy that we started with. I do not let my mind get clouded with temptation. I have seen all too easily how the media and the government uses a mistake to drive a wedge between us and the public. Look at everything that happened to Lord Gino, to King Blood, to King Tone from New York. We become a Latin king, or if you're female, a Latin queen, not for an express ticket to jail. We join this life because we will recognize who we are on the inside, and we want to grow internally, externally, grow our community, protect our community. We do not want to see others fail. There's no reason why our kids in our neighborhood should be bringing home Fs. We should be volunteering. We should be mentoring these kids, that when they grow up, not to worry about Facebook beef, Twitter beef, Instagram beef. All of that is just words. Remember back in the 90s, in kindergarten, first grade, or in the 80s, kindergarten, first grade, second grade, when they used to say, words are just words, or sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. We have lost sight of that. Words have hurt some people's pride, and just for a moment, they lose sight of themselves and commit an act that they spend the rest of their life in jail, and within 6 months, 99% of the world forgets about who they are. Nothing on the internet that is said on the internet is worth taking another life for. Anyways, I gotta go. I've said my piece for now. ADR, King Black.